Welcome to a brand new episode of That Toy Life. If you haven't been watching the news, it seems like McFarlane might be trying to pull one over on us with their latest releases. And we're going to talk all about that tonight, as well as some other cool Star Wars news. But first, let's introduce the cast of the show. Okay, me, I'm Ashley. It's at the bottom there, my name. First up, as always, Ray Snedeker.
You're a mean one, Mr. McFarlane.
Oh, you are.
I actually don't really care, but we're going to discuss it.
And also with us is one Austin J. Gordy. Wow.
He's not the cameraman from
I should have do one of those like sitcom intros.
I thought it was going to be like,
yeah.
He makes me just think about it like the guy Bob Saget will be talking to. He's like, how you doing back there, Austin?
America.
This is you.
Good old days. Y'all, you know what? Thinking about that, Bob Saget, he's been gone for a year now, I think now. It was 2 years. I think it's been 2 years now. And it's been the anniversary, already? So rest in peace, Bob. Yeah, I think it's been 2 years. I think it's somewhere around there. I think we've reached the 2-year anniversary because it's pretty recent, because I know the family, the Full House family posted about it. So yeah, January 9th was when he passed in 2022.
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah, which is weird to say 2022, and now we're at the 2-year anniversary. We're going too fast. But speaking of, Happy New Year, everybody!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! All right, so let's start off with the toy hauls. Let's do something different. Usually at the end of the show we do our toy hauls, but today we're going to start off with the toy hauls, and we're going to do this alphabetically. Yeah, we're going to do this alphabetically, starting with Austin, because you're Austin. Or wait, no. Actually, I'm first.
Ashley.
Yeah, I'm first.
I was going to say,
last.
I was wondering, I was like, is this some biblical rule?
Who has the least? I have the least.
First, let's the second go.
I'll go first. All right. Wait, hold on. Joe Fan 84 says, Happy New Year. Where does the time go? Tell me about it, Joe Fan 84. I know all about that. So appreciate you watching the show. First up this week, I was in a Whatnot stream and I won this guy. He was in a giveaway.
Whoa, you got a Jeffrey?
Toys R Us mascot?
Yeah, it's a Jeffrey.
That's what it looks like, Jeffrey.
Yeah, Cowboy Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
Dude, that's awesome.
His arms move. His legs move. I don't know anything about this. I'm assuming this is a 90s type figure. I can't find anything on it other than, eBay listings for like $6 to $12, but I don't know anything other than that. But it was kind of cool. Like I said, it was a giveaway on Whatnot. I won it. So yeah, I'm going to take it because I like him. And a side note, my kids, when they were little, they couldn't say Jeffrey. So they said Gurfy. So when I pulled this out of the box, I'm like, look, I got a Cowboy Gurfy. Then the other thing I
see him too. I see like baseball Jeffrey and Cowboy Jeffrey and stuff. Yeah. I don't know what these would have been from unless it was like in their store.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably. I don't know.
I was going to say Happy Meal, but unless it was some sort of promotional thing.
Says Joe Fan 84 says, this is my first live stream with you. I'm actually free for an evening for once. Usually I'm stuck at work. I've never seen that before. That's cool. Thank you, Joe Fan 84. Thank you. So the next thing I got was from Super 7, this reaction.
Oh, yes.
Pluto and some turtle from the Disney and Friends collection. So cool card back. I like that. I don't like that they put the stupid sticker on there. But still cool card back.
I don't remember the card back.
What? You don't remember this?
I was going to say, sorry, I don't remember this card back. I've seen this line out, like the Mickey and Donald, and I just don't remember the Mickey ear. So I don't know if that's an exclusive from somewhere or.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it was on Amazon. Yeah, it was cheap.
Oh, okay.
So I bought it. But sadly, Super 7 had to drop their license with Disney, so no more Disney figures or Simpsons figures. I just saw something online just right before we came on, so that was kind of sad. Happy New Year, TCP Toys.
Happy New Year. Wow, that's crazy. So that means doing any more of the deluxe figures or it's all none of that. Okay, wow, God, that sucks. What about the Willow toy? That means those Willow toys are probably going to go away. I mean, like people are going to tear those things up. I guess
they said they parted because of creative differences or something. I saw in the thread. I don't know. So
creative differences never means creative differences.
Yeah,
creative differences means like some people about came to blows. And
yeah. All right. So who's next? Austin, show us what you got.
I actually not a huge haul, but first off, I was going to say, found a really good deal for my wife. We were in a Target the other day and found these Marvel figures for $7 a piece. So I was able to pick up, the evil Scarlet Witch from Target. So we were able to pick up evil Scarlet Witch, from Multiverse of Madness was there Agatha? Was it Agatha?
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say an Agatha for $7 a piece. $7 a pop.
Awesome.
And I mean, really the main reason was to get her, obviously to get Agatha too, but to get her because she came with the book. So you actually get
that is cool.
What was this called in the movie? It was like the Book of the Dead.
It was the Darkhold.
Yeah, the Darkhold.
Darkhold, yeah. Sorry, thank you. So yeah, you get the Darkhold.
Necronomicon was taken.
Evil Dead I was about to say that.
And I was wondering too, like what the differences were in the figures, because you remember they put her out before with the.
I was gonna say arms were bared in the show, and then
in WandaVision, because. And there's some, you can see the differences like in the WandaVision. There's a red stripe going down the. Well, I mean, there's darker tone if you look at the evil, but Oh, and I was going to say the hair sculpt, and I would say the face sculpt on the new figure looks better, and the hair looks more like from the movies. This one, the hair is, I didn't really realize it before, but if you look, it's all luscious and blowy, like she's floating in the air.
I was gonna say, it looks like it's made. It looks like it's made for you to want to pose it in a flying position.
Yeah,
right, exactly. So yeah, there's some, like I said, some differences there. But we actually, and also the darkened fingers and stuff like that. On the evil one, just like Agatha has the blackened fingers. I was gonna say that was the big difference. Was and if you could see it all that well, I've got the stuff on it too.
Yeah, there we go.
The Darkhold has her. Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, I was going to say the face sculpt looks way better. And Agatha, I was going to say she's a hefty figure because she's got mainly it's just like the material where she's below it. Yeah, and the cloak is transparent, so you can see.
I will not have you be smirching Catherine Hahn like that, saying she's heavy. I will.
I'm just talking about hefty. I mean the figure. I was going to say
a heavy figure.
What? It's just a lot of plastic. It's still not sounding right. But no. Also, while I was there talking, I saw that they're gearing up for the new Ghostbusters movie. They're already starting to drop some stuff in the stores, and I saw like some of there's like the more childlike, figures, and there's an Ecto-1 that's out now, and it looks pretty cool. It looks sort of like a remodel from the last movie, but with the new red stripes going down the side in the new Ecto on the new movie. And it also comes with a Slimer figure, and I think apparently there's going to be a drone gadget in the new movie that's supposed to, I guess, pop off the car. So instead of the trap, in the RC car. So that's going to be, I guess they got a new gimmick. I'm cool with that. So yeah, if you look here, if you switch back to me here, they gave these mystery boxes. I picked up one. This one was kind of heavy, so I'm like, let me go with this one. And you basically just remove the stickers and stuff, and it's like the containment unit. I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just open it up and ta-da!
You got
with little babies, marshmallow, little Stay Puffed. So basically, I got number 2, I think, out of 12, or something like that. I know that's you get 12, I think, all in all. And I like this one. But I'll tell you, I really do want. There's a Slimer. I don't know if you can see, and he's holding like a bag of the marshmallows.
Yeah,
it looks like he ate some of them. That would be good to get that Slimer if I ever got him. Either that or the one with the sausages in his mouth.
Oh, from the first movie,
like,
cool.
Like from the first movie.
Yeah.
But no, I thought. Go ahead.
Do you see what Joe Fan 84 says? He says talking about releasing those Ghostbuster figures that had open mouths.
Oh yeah, the Fright. What was it? Fright feature. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Yeah, it was like I had 2 of them when I was a kid. They were called something like Fright features. That's what it was called. And yeah, it was like you had 4 different Ghostbusters, and each one had like a special thing they did, like their mouth usually could pop open or do something. So it was like, oh, and I had Ray and Egon, and they were really cool.
I mean,
yeah,
I remember advertisements, commercials. Yeah.
Yeah. So those were really cool. Yeah, they're reissuing those, and now instead of going to Walmart, it looks like these are going to be Target exclusives. Because remember the original figures and stuff that came out, they were putting those back in Walmart. So now it looks like this one's going to be, they're going to try it out in Target. Kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was kind of excited to see that Ghostbuster stuff is starting to trickle in the stores, because they had a Neutrona wand, some of the figures, and I feel like that may be just about it. But there was one more thing. No, one more thing. This is the Big Daddy that I'd been waiting on. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, this was the Big Daddy I'd been looking for. That I just had to add to my collection. And finally, he stomped his tail into my life, and I was like, oh my God. I happened to cross him at Target, and I had to. I mean, he was crazy. I mean, obviously the detailing looks great. I mean, I was in love with this sitcom. I don't know if any of the watchers or if any of y'all were dinosaur fans, but I've watched this every TGIF, man. I was obsessed with this show as a kid. I mean,
I loved it as a kid when I didn't understand what the ending was about.
Oh yeah, it's pretty dark.
I never even saw the ending
the
as
last
a kid,
episode,
but finding out about it as an adult was like, man, that went to a dark place in the end.
That is cool.
Yeah, but they but yeah, it comes with an extra head. This was the original head that was on it, and I just swapped it out here. But yeah, no, I mean you've got this, and what was really crazy is probably, I mean, I'm sure there's definitely other NECA figures that are bigger, come in bigger boxes, but for this one, I mean, the box was huge. I mean, look how wide. I've never seen a NECA box this wide. I mean, it's like a shoebox, and it's because he was obviously he's a big figure,
like a Godzilla figure,
and yeah, pretty much. And I mean, he comes with a lot of accessories. Yeah, he comes with like his cans of beer. He's got a 6-pack. He's got his special mug, the switcher, the remote. He's got all kinds of stuff.
So, do you keep those boxes?
Some of them I do. The NECA boxes I tend to keep just because a lot of times the NECA figures will have a lot of accessories, and a lot of them may not necessarily be accessories that you would utilize at all times. And so sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. So yeah, I'll either keep the box and keep the accessories in the box, or if it didn't have that much, I'll throw the box away and put whatever accessories either goes on the figure, or if need be, I can put it in a Ziploc bag somewhere. But barely had to do that. I mean, a lot of times I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of NECA boxes that I need to get rid of, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I've got like a lot of the Ninja Turtle stuff I have and everything I still have boxes for. So it sucks, man, especially when they had those. Yeah. That's what
it's like I got the Halloween boxes. I haven't gotten rid of those. Like the Halloween Kills, Halloween
same way.
Yeah.
All right, Ray, what you got?
I only got one figure. This just came in. So Book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
If you remember, we got to see our first live action appearance of Cad Bane, and his figure came in today.
Oh,
or actually yesterday. But yeah, the live action Cad Bane.
That is cool. Wow.
That
is cool.
Yeah, very good sculpt.
Yeah, he just hit Target. I actually just saw him at Target. Yeah. That is awesome. So the hat comes off.
So, I mean, I know.
Which I mean, the original one
might not. Yeah, some people might not like it, but I do really like that they actually kind of molded it to be over his drawing side.
Yeah,
where so he can do like a little cool drawing pose. But great sculpt, great figure. I'm quite pleased with. I even compared it with the Clone Wars version that my wife has in her office, but I grabbed it so you can kind of see the differences, what they changed for the live action. Especially one, the biggest thing was the hat.
Yeah,
they shortened the brim a lot, but yeah, I love this figure.
He fell.
Yeah, I definitely would go for him because I saw him in the store. I saw him in Target, and yeah, I've
how much
got
they
him and at Target. I saw they had.
How much is that retail?
$24.99, isn't it?
24. That was 24.
Just curious.
Yeah, I was gonna say they usually $24.99, which I feel is a little high for the Black Series and stuff. I think they should keep them at the $20 mark, but it's I saw at Target they had Cad Bane and they had oh Lord, not Cad Bane, but they had I'm losing my train of thought here. There was something else I ran into at Target.
His name's not Cad Bane.
It was pretty big.
Was it Star Wars?
Yeah, it was Cad Bane, and then there was not Cad Bane. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was a Star Wars figure that I ran into
Boba
there
Fett.
that we hadn't seen before.
Boba Fett.
Skywalker.
Anyway,
Han Solo.
Yeah.
Chewbacca. All right.
It'll probably end up being not Star Wars. I'm like, oh, okay.
Joe Fans 84 said 1999 would have been better in my opinion. I agree. Yeah. Golly.
I just feel like for the amount of plastic you get in those,
Oh, I agree. I totally agree. So that's a good segue into the main topic for tonight, and that is the McFarlane news. I don't know. It kind of blew up in my McFarlane DC Multiverse Facebook group today,
and it did.
I mean, it blew up big with multiple.
Yeah, I heard y'all saying something about it. And I was like, what did he do? Because
that's the first time I'd really seen some
his price points and stuff are.
This is the first time I've really seen some it felt like real rage I've seen since I ever joined it, because I don't really ever comment or anything. I just kind of notice, that's where I get my news and stuff. And when there's a new announcement, and I saw everybody going like, "Oh man, this is," it started subtle at first because I didn't know exactly what had happened, but I saw somebody make a joke about pricing, and I thought okay, so did something get charged more than his? Did he go above the little $20 promise he did? He's like, yeah, he did, but it's under weird, the circumstances are very unique.
So explain it to me. What's going on?
You want to fill it in, Ashley?
Yeah. So out of nowhere, he drops a new set of DC Multiverse figures, and not only a new set, but arguably some of the figures that I am most interested in, because it's based on classic DC comics, right? Classic Crisis on Infinite Earth from the 80s. And what he dropped was, and let me pull this up. I will share my screen, and I'll show you exactly what he dropped. He dropped these guys right here. This is Crisis on Infinite Earth figures, and it's a Build-A-Figure wave. So you get this classic-looking Superman. You get
so this is like the Earth 2,
Spectre.
I believe, right?
Wow. Psycho Pirate, awesome. Kid Flash, yeah, that's the one I really didn't care for in this wave. And once you get all of those, you build up the monitor figure. So that is awesome. The bad part about it is each of these figures singular is $39.99. $39.99. Wow. That's crazy for a Build-A-Figure, because if you think the Dark Knight wave that was a Build-A-Figure wave, how much was it? $26.99 maybe.
Well, the Batman and Robin, Build a Wave is I think $19.99 was the default price or something, or $24.99. $19.99 is the default price this time. It was $24.99.
I was going to say $19.99 is the default price when it's a figure that's not part of a Build-A-Wave. Build-A-Wave is what,
right?
Having the extra stuff for the Build-A-Figure, that's what makes it jump up the extra price to $24 or something. 25
right.
bucks.
Now the Batman Build-A-Wave, the Batman animated series Build-A-Wave was more expensive, but it also is under DC Direct.
Yeah,
so it's a little bit different. It's a different label.
Yeah, that's a higher end.
I've just always
product.
been used to him being
That's a higher end product.
It looks like
Okay.
I'm sitting looking at them right now, and they pretty much are the same. But anyway, but no, I mean that's weird because like the build a figures, even my Batman and Robin ones I pre-ordered, most of them came in at like $18 on Amazon.
Yeah.
So,
well, there are the unique circumstances of this wave of why it's because the unique circumstance. One big one is you can't get it anywhere else. You have to get it through McFarlane's website. So and there's a very limited quantity, I believe.
But I will say, but, I can agree with McFarlane to a point on that. But then you go and look at other exclusive figures that have been released just to the site that don't cost that $19.99, like the Superpowers looking Mr. Freeze, exclusive to the site, $19.99. I granted he wasn't a Build-A-Figure figure, but still $19.99, a simple repaint. And I guarantee you that, I've read it. There's new tooling. Okay, it's not horrible because these body bucks are pretty much the same as Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, that were released last year, the year before. And once he's put these out, don't think he's not gonna re-release these figures as platinum editions or gold editions or whatever. Maybe even swap a head on it or something to give it a different face sculpt. So it's not like he's losing money on this venture, which makes me, I don't know, it infuriates me that he does this. But the saving grace on this is that if you bought the whole wave, right now he's got it at $135, which puts these 4 figures at about $24 a pop or something like that. What is that? What's the price? Well, no, if you count the Build-A-Figure, in that, they're about $24 a pop at that price point.
The only funny thing that really stood out to me is like because I'm not as invested in this wave, and I'm not going to buy anything from it. But the funniest thing to me was I saw somebody had, I think, emailed McFarlane Figures asking about the pricing thing, and their like automated response. I just found it so funny that part of the automated response was like, or whoever planned it out, their auto response for this issue. Was we had to do a slightly higher price point, slightly higher, $15 about is only slightly, almost double the price of your figure, slightly. Wording.
Or even, okay, platinum edition figures are super limited, right? For the most part. In the beginning, they were super limited. How can he release a $19.99 platinum figure that is one in a case or something like that? Maybe not even that, one every 2 or 3 cases when it's released to retail. So it's super limited as well, but he's still only charging $19.99.
Yeah.
So I guess he could say, okay, well, I'm making that difference up because I'm adding the cost of the entire wave with that figure, so it made it worth doing at that price.
Or you can just go all the way to the other end of the cynicism, like just go as cynical as you can, and it's just him poking the bear to see what he can get away with, what his fans are his customers are willing to pay.
And Sky Knight brings up a point. It's for the new tooling and 2 chase figures. I get it. What I don't get is when he says new tooling. Okay, he's got. I think Superman has a cloth cape. Yeah,
I was going to bring that up. That was when I saw this was announced. That was a pretty cool point. I like that they're finally starting to crack that problem or whatever, because we've never really gotten to see Superman figures with the cloth capes coming out of the back as much. They very rare.
But now the Spectre and Psycho Pirate, they look like they have the same vinyl plastic capes, so no big deal here. When I'm looking at tooling, there's not. I don't know, man. Like the Spectre, Kid Flash, they all look like they have the Blue Beetle Booster Gold body bucks, except for TCP Toy says Spectre shares the buck as Martian Short Hunter. Yeah, Martian Manhunter was very short. I agree. So I mean, there's a lot of reuse here. So man, it's hard to swallow. It's hard to swallow.
Corporate jargon, PR spinning, stuff like that. I mean, that's an everyday thing with every business.
Yeah.
But it's a market where it's kind of falls to that speculative is what is someone willing to pay for it.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's looking at right now. Yeah. He's like, what's my audience willing to pay for these figures?
And there's a smart point to it though, because it does seem like there is a very, very limited amount. And if a toy is popular enough, if anything is popular enough, and it's sold in a very limited quantity, the price for it after it's sold out everywhere skyrockets.
Yeah,
like so, this is probably if it's going to be as limited as they claim it is, if you manage to get one of these, while they're out right now, you might be lucky enough to, it'll be worth a lot more.
Well, here is let me share this. This is some words from the McFarlane Toys people. I'm gonna read right here in the black. It says, I'm assuming this was taken from maybe like a Instagram comment or something. It says, we understand the price concern on this wave. The price was based on the tooling and production costs for 7 gold label figures in a limited production run. 4 figures, 1 Build-A-Figure, and 2 chase figures. Yeah, I want to know what the 2 chase figures are. The bundle with 10% discount comes to $24.30. That's where it comes to $24.30 a figure. We try to keep figures costs as low as possible. We don't have plans to raise prices of regular production figures, but special edition and gold labels may change depending on our increased costs.
Okay, so as someone who's not as well versed in the McFarlane of like their figures and stuff, what qualifies something as gold label?
What, that sticker on the box?
No. I'm just saying, like, is it just slapping a sticker on it, or is there something about like?
Yeah, okay. So the figure is usually different than the regular release. So like, okay, we're going to release gray Catwoman. Oh, but over here in the gold label, we're going to release purple Catwoman from the 90s or something like that. Color change, maybe a head swap or something like that.
I was going to say, the only one I can think of off the top of my head, I do remember there's the platinum thing for Justice League's Batman. There's the regular version, which is what I have, where the goggles are down, but they did a platinum version where the goggles were up, I think.
Yeah,
I believe.
So, for instance, there was a Gotham Knight, what's the Batman games?
The Arkham series.
Yeah, there was an Arkham Mr. Freeze that was released, and then McFarlane Toys released a version of that, gold label version of that, on their site that was just redecoed into the Superpowers Mr. Freeze colorway. So they call that, gold label, which is, I don't know, man. I have a hard time with this. These are the problem to me is, I really want these figures, but at some point you just got to stand up and say, no, I'm not going to spend that money.
Or you can just say,
that's what I've been saying.
Nah.
Yeah. Even though I really like them, with the exception of Kid Flash. There's something about the goofy gauntlets and the way they come down on the arm. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be gloves. It just looks boxy, and it doesn't look smooth, so I don't really care for that particular figure. Let's see what TCP
the Superman says. I would buy if I could find the Superman at a decent price.
He should at least give us more accessories that make sense for the price point. Or if you don't want to buy that, then you can get a regular version as well. Yeah, yeah. If you want the McFarlane store exclusive, package it with some accessories, charge $40.
Yeah.
Or release the regular version without all the cool accessories. Sky Knight talking about Kid Flash is the only one he wants. Boo! That Kid Flash is ugly. I'm just playing, man. If you like it, you like it.
Subjective.
I just don't like it. It doesn't do that for me. Alrighty. So next up is
back to McFarlane.
Yeah, back to McFarlane. But first, I got to find the McFarlane.
But in better news, I guess this was in his better part of the week.
Yeah, he did have a better part of the week. And you know what? You know what? It would be that I didn't have this pulled up. I'm a loser.
Well, I can go ahead and introduce it. But they revealed they did a teaser last week, but they revealed this week that they're finally putting out the Batman figure from Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Finally making that figure. And pre-order is going to be January 19th.
Now, more about this. Is it a regular release or?
It's going to be a regular release. I'm pretty certain.
All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this new Batman figure, shall we? Oh, there it is.
I'm so excited for this.
Are you?
I am. I've been wanting this. I've got the Superman figure to go with him, so I'm excited.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it looks cool. Is that a cloth cape?
Yeah,
it looks like
it. Cloth cape. That's another reason why I'm digging it. He's got the cloth cape. It looks really good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that my Justice League Batman is cool. I just don't know, man. I ain't got enough room for another Batman. Not another Ben Affleck Batman. Even though that is like, out of all the Batman suits ever to be put on film, that is my favorite.
That is a solid suit.
Yeah,
it is. It's up there for me. Yeah, it's up there for sure. I think I like it better. I mean, I like it better than the Nolan suits. But I do love the Nolan suits, but it's just more of a matter. To me, that's more of a matter of taste. Like if people like the practical, combat suit, military kind of style, and then you've got the comic book style. And so I just always, I don't know, I love that comic book look, especially when this came out. It looked a lot like just straight off the comics,
Yeah.
So.
TCP Toys said, "Why did you say that name? Why did you say that name?" So yeah, I mean, obviously I'm still on the fence about this one. I'm still on the fence. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. But before we leave the McFarlane verse, let's hear what let's read what He-Man has to say about this wave of McFarlane toys.
He-Man.
Yeah. He-Man says they look cheap as, with almost no paint job whatsoever.
Such.
Yep. Especially Kid Flash looks like a lazy what is
prototype
it? As stuff.
Lazy prototype with loose diaper. Amen. I hate the diaper. I wish if there's one thing McFarlane could do to just make the figures better is remove the diaper. Do some other sort of articulation to hide. I know why the diaper's there is to hide his articulation, but I wish the diaper could go away. Thick rim moon boots and an adult square head instead of a juvenile nerd. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just excited that Dolph Lundgren's watching our show.
So,
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yep. He-Man.
Yeah, have to tell me how did the fight go with Sylvester Stallone in real life?
Didn't one of them get knocked in the face? I mean, knocked out or something for real?
It's Stallone, I think.
Yeah.
He broke his neck during the first Expendables movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Stone Cold, because Stone Cold showed him how it's done. He stunned his ass. Boom.
Hey, Steve, I think I'm old. You okay?
That neck in the spaghetti.
Know. Can't feel my legs.
No. All right. So do we want to move? We want to segue into the final thoughts on this McFarlane Toys thing. I hate it.
The price is ridiculous. But I never like
none of
the characters really caught my eye anyways. So I mean, it's cool that it's like Crisis stuff, but none of it caught me enough to want to buy any of the characters.
Yeah, me either. I love the figure choices here. I even love the Kid Flash choice. I just wish the execution was better. But dude, that's the same as me almost saying, "Hey, let me go buy this here Monstar," or not Monstar. That's not right. He's way more. Quicksilver or something like that from the Super 7 line. $55 figure, and you get like a ton more accessories. And to me, a better paint job than you get with McFarlane Toys. I mean, McFarlane is known, the 1999 figure. It doesn't come with the best paint job because we're trying to get you that 1999 price point. But I don't know, man. $40. That's crazy. I think I'll pass, even though I really want those figures.
It does make you wonder if we're nearing that point where he's going to finally just start raising some of the prices a little bit, like maybe to like $22 for a figure.
He's already done that. So the normal build
price,
the normal build of figures now are like $26.99.
No. I'm just saying like normal, just regular release figures, like the normal $19.99 ones. I wonder if we're nearing a point where he might just raise those just $1 or $2 up.
I thought he had already done that, but
he might have. I don't buy too many McFarlane figures. Last one I bought was I think the Keaton bat.
Mm-hmm. I could have sworn that he released something saying like a video or something talking about there was going to be a price increase, and he couldn't help it, but that's just the way the world works now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look and see if there's like the latest. Yeah, like if you go to Amazon right now and you look at like the latest figures that are currently being pre-ordered, $22.99 for like steel. God almighty. The Batman and Robin figures are $24.99, but that does include a build-a figure. The Justice League or the Captain Carrot figure, $29.99. Crazy. Those collector's edition figures are just $29.99, $34.99. That didn't make sense. Inflation.
Let's go into some good news here, and I'll share some good news with the group. I don't know if people have noticed, or I don't know if you're hyped for the new Ghostbusters movie, but it looks like we're starting to see those. It's starting to see toys for that drop, I guess, early in stores, or just some of the more kid-friendly toys. But I'm actually getting pretty psyched for that. I mean, this movie looks like it's going to be great. It's gearing up to be at least like a more, like a playing in the sandbox of the world, just like the first one was. It was great to go back into that world, and it looks like they're really going to do that, but now in New York, and enhance the mythology overall. So I'm all for it. But
is that movie streaming anywhere?
Which one? Afterlife?
Yeah, Afterlife. Is it streaming anywhere? I haven't seen it yet.
You can go pay for it on Amazon Prime.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say it might be streaming. I'll look it up and see. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, it is a good movie to watch. And you wouldn't even have to have seen any of the other Ghostbusters movies. It's such a great intro, kind of like through a fresh pair of eyes, just a intro into that world, and in a way you would have never suspected. It's
really.
And then by the time it's over with, it makes a lot of sense with this new movie about them, where they're at in this new movie and everything, and you're really psyched for it. But
Gotcha.
Let's go with the pops first, because I know they dropped these, which are a little spoilery. I don't know if you've seen these, but the information that came out about these shows, obviously Phoebe's coming back from the first movie. They've got a new little, I guess, ghosty called Pukey. Slimer's going to be back. We do know that.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah, that's Dan Aykroyd as Ray. It's like he's holding some sort of orb. I don't know what it is, but obviously it's probably going to be locked in with the movie some way in the plot. A little mini puffed on a wheel, a hamster wheel. That's hilarious. But this in the bottom right is apparently somebody called Garaka, which is going to be the main villain of the new movie.
I was going to say, it looked like that.
Looks really scary and awesome to me.
Teased in the trailer.
And then the Pukey.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's who it is, and it really gives me. Yeah, I was going to say it gives me the like the real animated, like the animated series Ghostbusters vibes with this new ghost. So I don't know. I'm excited. I have no idea what it's about. Like I don't know what this person's supposed to be. All I know is it looks like they're bringing winter back to like some really bad winter back to New York or something. You know.
I don't know, man. I think we should just go straight back to Vigo the Carpathian. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting them to do that. I was expecting,
and not only that, I want to see more of him brainwashing Peter McNichol, and Peter McNichol just being as creepy as possible. Hello, is the baby back there?
right.
Is he sleeping?
These are the toys that are out. The baby. This right here is the line that's out. It's dropping in stores right now. I've seen the Ecto 1. I've seen the 4 figures. I will say Gary looks goofy. I can't wait till we get here. The other figures, like Callie looks really good. I like her figure. She comes with a pretty neat looking ghost. Looks like from.
So these are 4 POA or 5 POA.
I was going to say I was asking Ray earlier. I think this is what you would call 5 POA.
Yeah, 5.
I've got a Peter Venkman. Yeah, it's kind of it's sort of like a better version of those classic figures.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And it comes with these stretchy. It's a new tech they're doing for the ghosts where they're stretchy, so you can kind of play around with them on your toys.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I've been stretched.
Ecto 1 comes with all the gadgets, which I like. That the Ecto 1 kind of is reminiscent of the original Ecto 1 as a kid too, as well. I love that. Kind of has that feel. You've got the side chair that pops out. Comes with a Slimer figure. It's pretty neat. But yeah, like I said, these are kind of more for the kids.
Yeah.
It's still a cute set. Oh, I was going to say, here's the new gadget. If you look here, it looks like a ghost trap on a drone. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Which I was expecting it. I was waiting. I mean, it kind of makes sense, you know. RC car. Now we got drone. I mean, there's all kinds of ways. But one thing that's neat is, I mean, the car obviously is all decked out, looks nice and everything. But the only addition is it looks like there's going to be a red stripe all the way down. Wasn't like that in the original movie. Not sure why they made that choice, but it doesn't bother me that bad. Yeah, but
are you sure it doesn't bother you? It's not going to keep you up at night.
A little bit. You know what? I'm not going to lie anymore.
He's going to wake up in a cold sweat just thinking about that.
I'm angry.
Who's Gary? Is that Ant-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Ant-Man's character, which looks like he looks like the guy, that dude from the other girl, or was it the new girl?
Oh, you're talking about Jake Johnson?
Yeah, it looks like Jake Johnson or somebody. I don't know. This doesn't look like
they caked down that 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's all these other figures actually look pretty decent. Because Phoebe looks good. Trevor, I think, looks pretty much like himself.
Oh, that's Phoebe? I thought Phoebe was like him.
Yeah, no. This is the girl. Yeah, this is Egon.
Okay.
But yeah, the whole point of this, though, I was going to say, I don't know if you figured this out yet, Ashley, but the whole purpose is this is Egon Spengler's family. After the fact that he passed away and left a farm to them. That's the first movie. So yeah, this is all kind of like his offspring.
Great. Thanks for
sort
spoiling.
of your intro into the new. Well, no, it's not really
everything.
The look they gave McKenna Grace for the movie should have been a clue enough before the movie even came out.
Yeah.
Just look at it, it's like, that's little Egon.
Yeah. All right.
A few other things. Let me look and see. Hold on. I think there was a few. I feel like there was another figure. I could be wrong. I know we've looked at the pops.
He's struggling.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't know which ones to show. Let's see what this is. Well, there's all. I just don't know what's here and what's not. I don't know if it's just going to give you the exact same thing. Oh, this was one thing I wanted to show. There's going to be a like a Slimer, I guess like a electronic Slimer.
Oh gosh, that's going to be a hit for the holidays.
Yeah, I was going to say that was what I was suspecting was by next Christmas. I wouldn't be surprised if come on guys, there he is. It's going to be like a electronic Slimer that makes noise. I think you can like beat him up too and stuff. He's got like 40 different sounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. Like see squash and squeeze. I mean, it's a neat idea for a Slimer figure. Spud head.
It reminds me of those.
What's funny though is I saw somebody.
It reminds me of those horrific little toys I've seen at GameStop with the weird, ugly faces. I forget what they call them.
The Boglins, or what are they called?
Yeah,
the Boglins.
The face structure for that, like, just reminded me of that.
Yeah,
I wanted a Boglin when I was little so bad, but oh well.
I was going to say those are like
sit that like in a chair across from your bed. That'll give you some night terrors.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I will say I was glad about this change. This is sort of an alteration of their first Neutrona wand, the Proton Blaster, or whatever you want to call it, but basically the Neutrona wand from the Proton pack for kids. But the first movie, I mean, pretty much the same, but it was all blue. For some reason, they were like, oh, this is going to be like the real Ghostbusters look. But now they actually make it look more like the movie, so they go with a black look. And this is pretty cool. It almost looks like some of the old toys that they released. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty neat addition. Yeah, tear it down. To start off with, but I can't wait to see what they do with the Black Series figures. Like, I wonder if there'll be some sort of it'd be cool if they did a Build-A-Figure thing to build that villain. I would suggest doing that, but maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got on the Ghostbusters front. Okay. Oh, and I will say too, I was in Target. What I was going to say earlier was in Target, the Hasbro figures are hitting shelves. Like I saw Captain America from Winter Soldier, two different types of Tony Starks. There was the Civil War, and then there was the silver Tony.
Oh, you're talking about his Mark II. His Mark II.
Yeah, Mark II
from the first movie.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Remember that was the one he did test flight.
So yeah, Oh, okay. I got you. I was going to say, so yeah, I've seen all of those on the shelves, and I'm impressed, but I will say I may have to make sure I buy the Captain America from the store, like make sure I look at it and buy him, because some of the head sculpts for the helmeted head that comes on him, some of them seemed a little wonky. If you just a few, it seemed like some of them, or for the most part, all of them were pretty straight, and then there was like two of them that looked kind of wonky, and I'm always kind of particular about that. So yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm picky. Yeah. So
I get it. Yeah.
I'm going to have to definitely go back to Target and pick one up, because I was going to order it from Amazon, but yeah, that's one of those I may have to pick up in store and just look, just scrutinize it to the nth degree.
All right, so let's segue into the last topic for the night, which is some news that broke 2 days ago, maybe 2 days ago. Is that right?
They kind of spread it out a little bit over the week. Are you talking about the Star Wars stuff?
Yeah. So, well, it all came out in one article, but it was kind of the second part was kind of buried at the bottom of the article. But apparently, we are getting a brand new movie, and this will be the first movie out, the first Star Wars movie out since Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
It's going to be The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Is that going to be the title, or is that just
that's the title they're saying, right? Yeah, they're saying that right now, and I hope to God they change it. That sounds terrible.
The Mandalorian.
You probably won't.
So
I mean, it just sounds weird. I don't know.
You never know.
And Grogu. I mean, if it was Mandalorian, I could get away with it, but and Grogu.
Yeah, I don't know. Grogu.
Hey, the new Captain America movie was called New World Order for a while, and then it finally caught on with this. Like, maybe we need to change this because New World Order isn't the best subtitle to have for your movie.
So I was worried that this movie may take over for Dave Filoni's movie, but apparently Apparently, it's not. The Mandalorian Grogu will be produced. Directed by Jon Favreau. And it's going to lead Lucasfilm's ongoing feature development slate, including films helmed by Charmin Obaid-Chinoy. I guess that's the Rey movie.
Yeah, I think that is, yeah.
James Mangold, who's doing like a first
Jedi. He's doing like the old, like the Dawn of the Jedi.
Yep.
And basically what the Game of Thrones guys, I think, were originally supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Benioff and Weiss.
The Dave Filoni movie. It kind of makes me wonder, if this, what's her name again? I can't remember. Charmin Obaid-Chinoy. That they were already hyping this Rey movie like it was, coming out really soon, or like not really soon, but they were gearing up, saying, "Oh, it's about to go into production." Blah 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 blah. And then the director came out and made some comments that I guess some people get taken. Some, I don't know. Anyway, it was basically like it's about time a woman directed some Star Wars or something to that effect, right? Yeah. And when I heard it, I'm like.
But it's basically harmless because at first I think I misread it the first time I had said it, and I was like, wait, because I think I interpreted it as what she was saying was the first female-led movies in like female lead character, and I was thinking like, is this really? Because I think this isn't the first time.
Yeah.
But and then I went back and read it again. It's like, oh, she's talking about being a director for a feature film. Star Wars.
Okay. That makes sense.
And that's what that's about. I get that because, the only place we've really had female directors for Star Wars stuff right now has been in the TV shows.
Yeah. And when she said that, I was thinking, you're not the first, because I was thinking Bryce Dallas Howard did it for The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised she's not on that docket. Like I'm surprised they're not throwing money at her to make a Star Wars movie.
I would say, there's a big difference between directing for a TV series and then directing for a feature film, because as we know, like in the TV world, when you're doing a series, the big honcho usually is the showrunner.
Yeah.
And whereas it's the opposite when it's a movie, it's the director's the head honcho. That's they're usually the final word. So I get why they're it's a big deal, at least in her own eyes, and I get that. I'm still excited for the movie.
Me too. Yeah,
I think everything's probably in disarray in scheduling because of the strikes that happened, and they took so long to get out, and everybody's trying to figure out how scheduling is going to work now. Because I think I just saw something about Pedro Pascal was he just dropped out of a movie that he was going to be doing, and now there's like the rumor that he may or may not be playing Reed Richards for X-Men. For Fantastic Four, but he also has to juggle that with The Last of Us and Mandalorian and any other projects he's doing.
Oh, I thought they said that he dropped his other commitment.
Yeah, he dropped his other commitment to. Yeah, it was a movie called Weapons. I forgot the director's name. He dropped out of that one, but what I was getting at was just how that's messed up with scheduling. People, especially with how Marvel has rearranged their schedules for their movies after the strike. We had Captain America got pushed back to 2025 now.
Yeah,
but I think that was a little bit more than just the strikes. I think that was also bad test screenings, and they kind of freaked out, and now they're doing all the reshoots.
Well, buried in the bottom of that article was another little paragraph about Dave Filoni in production for season 2 of Ahsoka. And as you can see here is a little concept sketch. That's the Mortis statue with looks like Ahsoka and Sabine on it. So season 2 coming, I would say 2025.
I hope it doesn't take too long to get it out. Especially now that it seems like for the most part, a lot of the casting is, done.
Yeah.
And I imagine with TV shows, especially like this one, they're, by the time season 1 is done, they're already deep into writing and stuff for season 2, other than, the strikes happening that probably made them have to stop for now.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, since these articles were posted, they've also announced that Mandalorian season 4 is actually in the works as well. So
I assumed that like the movie, the Mandalorian Grogu movie, is going to be just kind of like a movie to see what they're up to, like an adventure with them, kind of connect up to the Filoni project.
Yeah. So I don't know what the deal is. And you know what? Pedro Pascal may have had to drop what he's doing for one of these, either the season 4 or.
Well, that's what I was wondering about for the movie, because when it comes to movies, a lot of times movie studios have that thing about we need to show our hero's face, as much as we can.
Yeah.
So like you have things like Suicide Squad where Deadshot's usually known for covering his face. Then you got to see Will Smith's face.
Yeah, you got to see Will Smith. Yeah.
So I won't be surprised if you see a little bit more of Din Djarin's face in that movie.
So another little thing. So Joe Fan 84 says, I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker, have no interest. To me, 7, 8, and 9 are terrible and ruin the storyline for me since I read all the books and the story arc for the books were so good. Funny thing. So I up to a point, I agree with you. I just actually finished rewatching The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. And
I'm surprised that you were able to.
Yeah, I did.
With how things ended, after 2019, you were in a dark place.
I did it. And it's not as bad now as when I watched it the first time. But I think a lot of that has to do with some of the books that have come out since then to kind of fill in gaps in some of the things that happen in between those movies.
Yeah.
So, I think over time, and I think we've probably said this before, but I believe over time, as more books are written in this universe around this particular time, and it sort of builds on what's been what we've seen in the movies, I think they'll be a little more tolerable than what they have been. Yeah, I still have my issues with some choices that were made and all that kind of good stuff. But as far, especially the Rise of Skywalker, it doesn't seem as much of a jumbled mess after I have read these books and understand a little about what's happened in this world up to that point. But it is. It's still a hot mess, but not as much of a hot mess. It's like a mild hot mess, not a steaming hot mess.
I'm fine with mainly. I want to see where this goes next. I want them to do something. I want some conflict to happen that doesn't involve bringing back some rehash new Empire type deal.
Yeah,
that's. We're gonna have an Empire-ish storyline coming up with Filoni's project because he's got his plans with Thrawn, whatever he's gonna do. But that's a whole other thing. But there was that weird thing where J.J. Abrams and Kasdan, I guess they thought that do the safe thing and kind of bring something to the familiar back, but with a new twist is what they did when they brought back when they did the First Order thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just do something completely new with an idea of a villain if you're going to have one.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. Yeah. You don't have to do the Yuzon Vong or something wild like that. Just something besides Empire type deal.
All right. That's going to wrap us up for this episode of That Toy Life. Hope everybody in the chat had a good time. It seemed like the chat was going pretty good all episode. Thanks everybody for participating. Any last thoughts, guys? Austin, start with you. Any recommendations, last thoughts?
Echo. People need to jump on Echo and
I haven't finished it, but yeah, I've watched
first episode was great. I watched it last night.
And the Equalizer trilogy. People should watch that. It's great so far.
Did you finally watch them?
I haven't watched 3 yet. We're almost done with 2. And
I talked to you about those movies. I've been trying for the longest time to get you to watch them. You finally started.
No, I've seen the first one. That was the first is great. First was always great, and I just never continued. But now we're going to watch them all, and great movies.
Awesome.
They're feel good family hits.
Awesome. Ray, your turn.
Recommendations. I really enjoyed What If season 2 way more than I expected to. Highlight Kahori was great. Captain Carter was awesome. I love seeing her again. I love the in 1602. Awesome. And Echo is fantastic if you haven't seen it yet. And
all right.
What about you, Ashley?
As for me, a new episode of Reacher dropped tonight. I hadn't seen it yet because we've been recording this, but I can't wait to. Reacher.
I've still got to catch up.
I'm still behind. Fantastic if you're not watching Reacher. It's by Joe Fan 84. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, this action movie is right up your alley. So check out Reacher. And
you need to recommend John Wick because you finally watched it.
I can't watch the first one. I'm gonna watch the second one. Honestly. Also, I'm reading a book called Teenage Ninja to Mutant Turtle or something like that. What is the name of the book?
Was it like the creation of the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, Teenage Ninja to Mutant Turtle by Ken Traum, who played the Raphael in the first 2 movies.
Awesome.
Nice. So it's a pretty good book. It just talks about the filming of the movies and his experience and all that kind of good stuff. So it's a good book. Check it out. I got it on Audible, so I listened to it going back and forth to work. All righty. That's it for this episode. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to play the music. The background music to get us going out.
Play that funky white music.
Background music.
White boy.
All right, folks. Peace.
Later days.
Peace. You got to say peace with me.
Peace.
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 No.
Peace. 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 Peace.
No.
Peace.
No.
Peace.
Peace. Fine. Peace.
They're all